Hey everyone, the crowdfunding campaign for Video Game High School Season 3 is now live. Head on over to rocketjump.com/campaign, pledge for some campaign exclusive rad perks, and help make the final season of VGHS as awesome as it can possibly be. Hey everyone, welcome to the Facerocker Podcast number 36. This week, a return to form of sorts. We are joined by Logan Olson to discuss a bevy of topics, including, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Pizza.
DJs, pizzas, I think Immortality, and I think we argue a bit over the best games of 2013.
That's right. It is a classic. Wanted to take a quick moment, tell you about a quick promotion that we're doing with Netflix. Head on over to netflix.com/RocketJump. Use that code and you will get 1 month of Netflix for free. You can watch anything you want. Absolutely anything. There's such good stuff on Netflix.
Which is all great stuff, though.
Active Killing, one of my favorite documentaries of last year's, on Netflix now. Fantastic. Absolutely vital. One of the most important documents ever made. So head on over to netflix.com/RocketJump. Speaking of RocketJump, by the way, these snazzy mugs that we've been drinking out of, had some requests for it. Available now on our store.rocketjump.com. You can, get it to the DJ or the MC. Oh, that's right. Yes. 2 sides to them. Get a little great gift for the coffee drinker in your life. Finally, we are a third of the way through the INDIEGOGO campaign for Video Game High School Season 3. Still time to get in on some of these INDIEGOGO exclusive perks. We are a third of the way funded as well. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that's been added. There's a board game now, a board game perk. We're going to be adding some more stuff, so keep an eye on that campaign.
Be a big Loot Crate special mystery box that you guys can, try to get now.
Don't spoil everything, Matt. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming down. But yeah, absolutely. Go over to rocketjump.com/campaign to check it out. Donate to the campaign. Be a part of the final and greatest, in my opinion, season of Video Game High School. Don't forget, you can help us out immensely by subscribing to the podcast on iTunes. There's a link everywhere on the site, in the description. Head on over there. Let your computer do the work and do the downloading, and you can listen to it anywhere else, but it helps us out quite a bit to get that subscriber number up. Enough yammering. Let's get to the podcast. Welcome, everybody, to another Facerocker Podcast. I'm Freddie.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dad.
Oh, who's this person to my left?
I'm Logan.
Yeah, that's right, everybody. We're returning to form. We've heard so many, not complaints, but requests for us to go back to the format.
7, 8, maybe even 9.
Single digits, high single digits requests to go back to the format which you all know and love. Not to say that we're going to get rid of doing our guests and our interviews with them and our conversations with them, which I think are fascinating and really insightful, but we're going to spice it up. We're going to get Logan back in here a little more often. Logan now, finally.
He's just a busy man also.
He's just a busy man.
Tough to get a hold of.
Yeah.
I got rid of my phone, email, swore off internet this year.
Living in a cottage somewhere in Ojai.
Yes, nice. I do actually. I'm very proud. I won't reveal where I live exactly, but I do live in a fun 1930s cottage now.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
You actually live there.
That's
your home?
No, I fucking live it on mini golf course. You dumbass. Yes. No, it's a sweet cottage. I was actually afraid we wouldn't get internet.
That's how. Like a weekend Airbnb excursion. This is your new residence.
I mean, is it in hills or something? That's why you didn't think you get internet.
We won't get into specifics.
But when you say hills, people will know where you live.
It's just like an old house. Remember when we lived in the old ass house?
That wasn't. No, that wasn't
the one without the water heater, and we'd blow out circuits just by plugging in electronics.
No, that wasn't an old house. That was just an incredibly poorly managed house that we had to suffer through for a year and a half.
One time, Freddie and I lived in a place where we got foreclosed on.
Oh, that was the best. We got a letter, and the person goes like, "So, excuse me, you guys owe," the person talking to regulars, "You guys owe $900,000 to the bank." We're like, "What?" We're like, "Do you think our landlord would want to see this?" They're like, "Yeah, probably," but they were dicks, so we didn't even care.
Well, I remember it actually listed who the owner was, and I called him like, "Hey, dude, just so you know, you owe like $900,000, and your place is being foreclosed by the person who you've given power of attorney to. So we're just gonna leave."
We're leaving.
And he's like, "Okay, cool, man, I get it, but could you send rent one more time?" I'm like, no, we can't send rent.
Oh no, this is the worst experience ever. Like, our landlords were up in Chatsworth. I mean, it was where they shoot porn and where bad landlords go. We had, so according to California,
landlords go to
they're not the same person.
It's where according to California landlord-tenant laws, you are required to have a number of things which are basic requirements for an apartment. So everything from, you need hot running water. And you need heat in this house. And if you
Locked
don't
doors.
have this, right, doors that lock. If you don't have those,
Really?
yes.
Yeah, you have
Those
to
are all
have front doors locked.
Those
Yep.
are all requirements. And if you don't have those, according to California law, if you notify your landlord within 48 hours, if they don't fix it within 48 hours, then you can just leave. Then you are okay. You're free and clear. Any lease you have, you can break. We didn't have hot water for what, 2 weeks?
Although, dude, did I tell you I switched to cold showers there for a while?
Yeah,
I remember the cold shower
saw
discussion.
that. I remember that, and you'd be like, "It's cool, man. It's cool. Doing hot water. I'm just switch to cold showers." Like, this is really, really bad.
I've never felt more alive in my life than
But you
during
don't
those
do it
2
anymore,
weeks.
right?
No, it's too stressful.
So it wasn't that effective in the end.
No, it was like my blood pressure went down. Slept better.
are you
I was
talking
sharper. I was sharper at
you
work.
sure?
I feel like I heard more frequencies actually, like dog whistles.
Sounds like you
20
keep
hertz.
doing it.
Yeah, but again, it's like I like to relax at night, take a hot shower, relax.
So you live in in my head when you say cottage, I'm picturing like little squirrels and like blue jays come and alight upon your window.
Snow
in the
cat
morning.
I live in a place called it's shown on Wikipedia. If you look up Storybook Cottage, you will see where I live.
So is it like? So it's not like a
On
Lincoln Lot
Wikipedia.
cottage. It's like Candyland.
It's go to Fantasyland at Disneyland and go like that is where I live. Is in
Okay.
Fantasyland.
It's pretty
Hey,
awesome.
speaking of living in Disneyland, you guys ever at Disneyland they have that like apartment right above Pirates of the Caribbean?
I've heard this.
Yeah, you
The Dream
see it.
the
yeah,
Dream Suite.
Yeah. What's up with that? How come I can't
Can you
get
rent
in
that?
No.
Can I stay
I
there?
think
No.
it's usually if like Google it.
What gives?
I think we have a comptroller over here. Benji's like rocking the laptop.
That's right. We didn't
comptrolling.
introduce
What are we
Benji.
googling, fellas?
Google Dream Suite Disneyland, and
See,
yeah,
how we
I
could
think
do
it's
it.
usually used as an award.
It's like given to like employees or like special guests. It's like
Here it is.
Yeah, it's got all the sweet amenities.
Oh yeah,
It's probably pretty-
2,200 square feet luxury apartment.
That is
Wow.
3 times larger than my place.
That's big.
Your magical story.
than my magical yet cozy.
The word is cozy.
Do the woodland creatures meet you outside your window every morning?
We
and
have a
whistle
squirrel.
sweet
We have a
tunes?
squirrel out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I do hear like weird squeaking at night.
It's located on top of the Pirates of the
That's
Caribbean.
right. Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get it? Can you rent it?
Can we get it? Let's get it. Logan, how do we get it?
Well, I don't,
That's our mission for the next cast.
only a
Someone's
prize.
staying.
it's only given out as a prize. to
Only
Yeah.
given out as a prize.
Okay, so let's get to the bottom of this. Let's win this.
We need to set up
secret
a
contest.
unquote dream suite.
Well, I just always wondered if you actually were in there, you're on property. Like, do they have an employee just sitting there, like making sure you don't just go outside at night and just like piss all over? Like,
I think it's a house on the haunted hill model. Like
What would
where
that mean?
That means you get to stay there for free if you stay there for all 24 hours, despite being tormented by various
By
spirits.
beasts and ghouls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I just had a delicious slice of pizza or 2 or 3, and I was just wondering, guys. I don't think we've ever discussed our favorite pizza toppings.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
We
I'm sure we've
have.
had this conversation 10 times now.
Well, let's have it a second time because I don't, for the life of me, remember your guys' delicious pizza toppings.
Well, what's yours, Logan? Why don't you kick us off?
I'm a traditionalist. Just pepperoni, maybe sausage if you want to kick it up a notch. Although lately I've been trying full-on combo, like all the fixins,
Like all of them. Bell
Oh, wow.
peppers, onions.
But at a certain point, it just almost feels like a salad, not a pizza. You know, you gotta keep it to the basics.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's interesting. Interesting assertion. I go with what's known as the hacker special. The hacker usually it was made popular by computer hackers in the 90s, which is pepperoni and mushroom.
Why is that a hacker special?
I have no idea. I just know that that's like the combination that was often used.
I
by
think that's actually what you had out there, and I was pissed off that my
Yeah.
pepperoni was being infringed upon
I hate
by
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
It's
screw that.
disgusting.
Well,
What's
it
wrong
does
with
is make
mushrooms?
big soggy spots.
What's wrong with
underneath.
mushrooms?
Everything.
gross.
Everything
Just
is
doesn't
wrong
kick
with
it up
them.
a notch.
Well, you're all wrong. So
I'm a barbecue chicken man.
Oh, there you go.
No,
That's not
also,
real pizza,
also
but it's
pepperoni.
good.
Hey, it's real pizza.
So when
Okay.
you guys are tasked with, well, Des, I guess you close it out.
yeah, but
Ham and
just-
bacon.
Ham and bacon.
Ham and bacon.
So
2 pork
when you guys
products.
are ordering pizza for like a party,
yeah.
like 3 or 4 pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the debate.
This is rough.
The
like,
debate.
where do you guys?
I didn't
where
do
you
that
guys shake
for
it up?
You
focus
start-
testing.
You start with
gotta
the
get used
cheese.
to
You
it.
got to get the plain cheese because you're never going to know.
But that's the one that nobody eats.
That's
Yeah,
not
but
true.
here's the problem. You always get one.
Not in Los Angeles.
You always get one
Kids eat it.
stupid
Kids eat
picky
it.
eater in the group who has to have plain cheese. And as far as I'm concerned, plain cheese that covers you, you stupid vegetarian. So no vegetarian.
Well, we actually have
I go
a
vegetarian.
child, Benji, our comptroller here, who eats a very specific pizza order. So when we order pizza,
child. I thought you
A guys were human gonna child. bust
out that you guys have adopted a child together.
no, we have a human man child
Not yet.
who has a very special pizza request. When we order pizza, we have to order one Benji pizza
Yes.
that only
Yeah.
Benji
What is the
eats.
Benji
As,
pizza?
as you noticed, every time we get pizzas for this, there's always
Pizzas?
there's always a white pizza.
Some delicious pizzas.
Some delicious white pizzas with chicken and bacon.
Yep, chicken and bacon.
Wait. White? Oh, you don't even do the tomato sauce, do you?
No.
Oh, I hate
no
tomato
tomato sauce. Benji's not a tomato sauce.
He had a pizza that cost like $14, if I remember correctly.
That's
like,
it. That's the Domino's.
But it was like
Benji special.
it was like chicken and like 4 cheeses
It's chicken,
and like
bacon,
extra white
4
sauce.
cheeses.
That was a good pizza.
It's a good
But
pizza.
it's like
Is
you
there
don't spend
sauce or is it just
$14 at Domino's.
It's like a white Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as a pizza, as far as I'm concerned.
It may not, but you should try it because it is actually
It's pretty
pretty
good.
delicious.
Dude, it's
pretty good.
so white though.
It is.
It's a good
It's not
pizza.
my favorite, but it's good.
I don't think if it's not tomato sauce, I don't think it counts as a pizza.
See, I don't think so.
No, Baldur.
How do you guys feel about ordering eccentric pizzas for parties? Like where it's like,
Oh,
hey,
like
we
going
need
crazy?
pizzas for the parties.
And then just be like, okay, wait, hold on. Before I know you guys just want like a Hawaiian and hold on, let me just.
I know,
let me
but
just,
how
let me just blow your
eccentric
mind.
can you get with a pizza?
Let me
if
just
you're
blow your
ordering
mind.
from, say,
Hawaiian.
Hearts.
That's not eccentric.
For
Everyone
party?
gets Hawaiian
Eccentric?
pizza.
for three, you get 3 pizzas for 20 people, and you're gonna make one of them Hawaiian.
I know a lot of
That's the
people
smallest-
that order Hawaiian pizza.
Half Hawaiian, half vegetarian. That's how you do
Oh yeah, there you go. You just
So you
throw
do it.
all the crappy ones
That's how
in
you
the
do
corner.
it, and then you get a big meat
Yeah,
one.
That
lovers.
sounds like the worst party ever.
Yeah, it's not for. There's gonna be somebody who wants at least one slice of vegetarian, and there's some weird fools
wait,
that
just
want
one pizza, half and half? Are you saying the whole order?
No,
was
no,
half
no, no,
veggie,
no, one
half
pizza.
Hawaiian?
If you do all vegetarian, it's not gonna get.
I
you
love
in.
that we upgraded this from an event that needs pizza to a fucking pizza party. It's a pizza party. Hold the phone. You're telling me this is a party? It's
terrible
a
party.
party with only half of
What kind of pizza party is this?
he calls a pizza party.
If you do 3 pizzas, one of them should be half vegetarian, half Hawaiian.
If you guys could do like a signature, like you know, like you have to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
You can't order one off the menu. You're gonna create like the Matt Arnold special.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What was Matt Arnold special?
I worked at a pizza place at City Walk.
Oh, you gotta tell these stories. These are
I mean,
amazing
they're not
stories.
great stories, but
Okay. Thanks,
but
Matt. Thanks for undercutting.
I made pizza. No, but
If you're wondering where Matt gets all his great storyteller talents, it's from his
not a good
experience as a
story.
pizza man. Every great writer begins as a pizza man.
But I mean, you worked at the
Hemingway.
cashier, and then there was the
Salinger.
whatever the chefs that made the pizza, and they would bring their own
Robert
ingredients
Frost.
to make special pizzas. and
We've
made,
had this conversation.
Yeah, we made like a buffalo. It was like
Yeah.
a buffalo chicken sort of pizza with
Sort of buffalo chicken. Sort
Well,
of.
yeah, it was
pizza.
like it was still
Hunter
hot.
Thompson.
You would mix the buffalo chicken sauce with the tomato sauce before you put it on the pizza, so it was like spicy tomato sauce.
You know what I think would be
You
good?
suck
Like
it.
a crispy thin crust with smoked mozzarella and a balsamic reduction drizzle.
That's called. I mean, that's like bruschetta.
Exactly.
Bruschetta.
It's like a big bruschetta.
pizza.
That's how they say
Sounds like
hi
a
by
big
your
bruschetta.
mother. I say, yeah.
a balsamic drizzle. I don't think you've
A
ever.
balsamic drizzle.
I've never
I love
heard
a good
Des-
balsamic reduction, Des. I'll back you up on that one.
Thank you, Logan.
I've never heard Des say drizzle in
Freddie-
the food sense.
It's one of my favorite words, so I relish the opportunity.
So, Freddie, you wanted to talk about Sundance movies, huh?
Yeah, so we were just Des, myself,
Ben and Benji.
Benji, the two Bens, the Benji, and we were at Sundance.
How do
just
they
now.
feel about them being grouped together like that?
The two
Are
Bens?
you guys okay with that?
My name's not Ben.
Well, it's not Ben.
It's not Ben, that's
Apparently,
right.
we only had one Ben on that trip.
Right. So we were at Sundance, which is in Park City, Utah. And it's first time, I think, is it for anyone? It's
I've
first time
been there
for me.
before.
First time for me.
I road tripped back in like 2008
For Sundance or just Park City?
to Sundance.
Okay.
So we were there under the dime of Nintendo. We did a collaborative video with the Hey Ash, What You Playing folks, and they were premiering it at Sundance, which I'm not going to get in the way of people's marketing strategies. It just seemed like a strange place to premiere internet video, Sundance. But
Seemed like a lot of hoopla there. It might have gotten a bit lost in the shuffle.
That's true. That's true. We were there a little bit early, and yeah, so we just hung around Park City. They put us up in the Deer Valley condos, which we were told by everybody we ran into was like the ritzy place to stay.
Apparently, it was the spot.
Yeah, it was.
How was it?
It was condos.
It was
with
nice. It was a big,
fireplaces.
like 3-story cozy cabin.
Is it snowing there right now?
It was there was snow on the ground, and I went skiing and went snowboarding.
You guys
and
hit the slopes.
I hit the slopes, and again the slopes hit me pretty hard. I took a jump. It's a bad idea.
You went for a jump.
I didn't go for a jump.
Are you a Black Diamond man?
I didn't
I'm
go
a
for
Black
it.
Diamond
Diamonds?
man. Well,
Double
here's the problem with Black Diamond. Generally, when you're talking about skiing, is that Black Diamonds usually implies presence of moguls.
Yeah, not for snowboards.
And that's not really a snowboarding thing.
Did I
Yeah.
ever tell you about the time I took some moguls on a snowboard in Park City?
No, this is a remarkably specific and
Nice segue.
relevant segue.
This marked the end of my snowboard career. because you can't snowboard through moguls. Like that's not what snowboards are for.
It's very, very difficult.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna slowly slalom back and forth down this incredibly steep 45-degree grade mogul field.
What run were you on? You were on a Black Diamond run?
I think I took a wrong turn.
But by the way, just for those of you who aren't really skiers, the signs they have are gigantic and clear.
But
That's not Logan though. He had to forge his own trail.
To be fair, everything's downhill and some things are more downhill than others. So it's definitely possible to find yourself accidentally on a double black, or not double black, but a Black Diamond. Mm-hmm. Black Diamond equals difficult for all you people who aren't snow folk out there.
Snow folk.
And yeah, snow folk, you don't know what Black Diamond is.
And they got double black.
Yeah, so Black Diamond. So my face was facing. I was facing the hill. So my back is turned to the 45-degree death.
Yeah, your
face.
Yeah.
And I catch my edge, and I go, "Ah!" And I fall back, and my head.
No way.
I literally go full back, slinky style, and smack my head against my own board because I have incredibly good stretching powers. But that built up enough tension that then my board ripped around and smacked me in my head the other way, which built enough tension to then rip my head back into my board. At which point, I just bludgeoned my head while slinking down this mogul field. They thought I was dead, actually, at the end.
No.
Yeah, I got up there my parents who were watching me.
They thought you had died.
My dad was like, I thought that was it. And I got to take the ride down on the snowmobile that day, and I was like, I'm done. I don't need to do this ever again. And I tried skiing one other time. I was like, this just isn't fun. This isn't good. Let's just hang out inside and play video games.
Wow.
So yeah, no, I know what it's like. I know what Park City's like. I know what snowboarding's like. I know what moguls are like.
One of my favorite snowboarding stories was when you first start out snowboarding. You getting on a chairlift is a little bit of an ordeal. You have to angle yourself a certain way and just make sure that you're balanced and you go up and go. So I remember taking snowboarding lessons, and we stopped at the bottom, and the instructor was like, "All right, okay, this guy. Just keep an eye on this guy, and just keep an eye on what he does. He looks like he knows what he's doing." And the guy was decked out and good looking in terms of just looked like he knew what he was doing.
Good looking man.
So he's a good looking man. He stood there. The chairlift comes around.
What he was wearing stuff was good, or he had good facial structure,
handsome,
good bones,
handsome man.
Handsome,
high cheekbones.
He had an air of confidence about him,
like a president.
So he turned around, the chairlift came, and he grabbed it, and he started going. And then, so you remember, you have 1 foot on your board, 1 foot off your board. The front edge of the board caught and whipped him forward. So he flew off the front of the lift, and then he put his head up, being like, "What just happened?" And then the lift slammed into the back of his head. He's like, "Go, fuck!" I think he's very screaming, and then the instructor's like, "Yeah, not that guy." They had to stop the lift, and he was screaming bloody murder. They had to drag him off. I was like, "Wow, you picked the one guy out of everybody today to have us emulate."
I think it's very telling that we always have issues with the edges with a snow. It's not a very wieldy instrument.
No,
it really
no,
feels
no.
like something where they thought about what would look cool and then try to reverse engineer something that felt cool out of it.
Well, I will say though, so it's been so long since I snowboarded that the snowboard technology has moved way past where I thought it'd be. Because remember when I started, there was a big debate between clip-in bindings versus the strap-in bindings.
It's all strap-ons now, right?
Yeah, it's all strap-ons now. But back in the time, all this crazy technology was you could just click it in, because everyone's like, well, we don't want to sit down and try and do your bindings every time you get off the lift. That sucks. Let's just strap it in. But it was a huge debate. But then now, there's stuff they deliberately make the edge of the board wavy, so that when you're flexing it, it has more surface area contact on the edges.
But what does that have to do with how you attach your feet? I thought you were going to go somewhere with that.
No, I didn't go anywhere with it.
I was like, I can't wait to hear about the new strap-on
new
technology.
feet strappies.
No, it's just exact. By the way, yeah.
Nope, those are the same, but they have wavy edges.
The exact same.
Technology, you guys. Technology.
Couldn't fix the feet strappies, so we made it all wavy.
So at Sundance,
what a piece of shit! Why would you do this to yourself? There's fucking roller coasters for this shit.
So at Sundance, we, Des, you guys I think were gone by this point, right? But we saw a movie.
Yeah, we had left the day before you got to see
that's
the
right,
film.
that's right. So we saw a movie. I stuck around a little bit because there was an INDIEGOGO thing. But we saw a movie, and it was truly, honestly, one of the worst movies.
Were you the only one that saw the movie?
No, I saw it with the Hey Ash folks.
Okay.
It was, and they all agreed, by the way. So this movie called Young Ones, and we're just like, what is this?
Wow,
This
you're
movie's-
getting after him. You're not even going to
No,
protect
I don't
the
even
innocent.
care. It was just really bad. It was like the guy tried to do the Tarantino chapter. As soon as it was chapter 1 character name on it, and it holds on it, and it's the person's face, just okay, this is just gonna be crappy Tarantino. And So here's where it really summed up for me. There's Elle Fanning plays a female character who literally in one scene screams at Michael Shannon the quote, "I hate you and I love him," and then runs away to the next scene where then she runs to her brother and screams, "I need money." Like, and it's like, wow.
This sounds kind of awesome.
It's so bad.
Is this a drama?
It's so bad. It's like
Is this a sci-fi film?
It is. It's a future.
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't sound like that,
Wait,
right?
it's a sci-fi film?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a futuristic, like
sold.
Mad
It
Max.
probably won't be out
esque.
for a long time.
Oh, so it's like post-APOC.
Post-APOC. And we're just like, why did this movie get made? And then we just like, it was just like everyone
Sounds
was
like a rapper.
Post-APOC?
post-APOC.
That's a good name.
Post-APOC.
Yeah.
You just
You can have that one, Logan.
That's yours.
How's your DJing coming along, Logan?
I mean, okay, so we're going to talk about DJing. Huh?
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't actually touched that thing for
I
I know, which is great. We got to get you in here
I think the last
to
time
show
you
off
came.
your non-skills.
I've been trying to sell this thing to Freddie for the last year.
No, you can't. Freddie,
Yeah.
don't accept.
Freddie,
do not accept the
do
trade
it.
until
you know what? I need
Logan
you
comes in and does a demo.
Did you move this thing to your new cottage?
I did.
So it's like one of those fucking things that, like, your girlfriend's just like,
tiny
why
cottage, there's a
why
DJ
are we
booth."
carrying this into our cottage?
I can't fit. The place is so tiny. I actually have to get rid of. I have a bucket of DVDs I need to get rid of.
Like literally a bucket.
Like literally a bucket. Like,
get rid of
I'm
the
talking
bucket,
like
too.
one of those like storage containers that can like definitely
Yeah.
hide like you could put a body in this thing like
Yeah.
if you cut it up, but. But yeah,
of course.
and I'm talking like 100 DVDs. Most of them still in shrink wrap. Some of them still with the price tag on. I had like 3 copies of Commando, like 2 Roadhouses. I had Knocked Up
How
still in the
often did you
shrink. I'm like, why did I buy Knocked Up? Like, what? I was like, stupid Logan.
I can tell you
Stupid.
exactly why.
I like you just walking down an aisle and just seeing.
It's Costco. When
Commando,
I
it's
used,
like,
I used
whatever.
to shop compulsively at Costco, and they're right next to the checkout, and the prices are so reasonable there.
Yeah.
And so,
Even
yeah,
if you
man.
have it, it's worth it.
Well, you realize
Yeah.
that you're not gonna be able to get rid of these.
I don't know what to do with them.
You
man.
have to. I think you have to give them away or just
Craigslist.
trash them.
You just give the whole bucket away on Craigslist to say
I see,
whole
but
mystery
I think
box.
the bucket's
of
going to devalue
DVD.
it though, because these are some fucking grade A.
I don't think so.
DVDs.
You find them at Costco for really cheap.
Commando. I mean, certainly that commands a price in this
Well,
market.
Matt, didn't you try to get rid of a whole bunch of your?
I did get rid of a
insane
whole
DVD collection?
bunch.
How did that go?
It went okay. I went to Amoeba and FYE or whatever.
What-
It
how
like
much-
averages on like $2 or $3 a DVD.
Yeah, I think I've learned that it's not worth buying media. We're in a post media purchasing.
Yeah, I'm about
I'm pretty
Like-
yeah. I don't buy too much, but the Criterion's like stuff that has like commentaries and special features that you can only get.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
buy.
like, I don't even
What
watch
if?
special
Let me ask you
features
this:
anymore.
if Criterion said, "By the way, here's a $10 download of this, and here's all the extra features and stuff. You can pull it up in VLC and listen to it," would you still get the disc?
Probably not. I mean, if it's the streaming was really, it's also
I don't think
still.
I would.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it still depends. Blu-ray's still better than like Netflix HD.
Yeah, for
or
sure,
whatnot.
for sure.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So
It's definitely limited buying DVDs a lot.
the lesson here is don't spend
Yeah.
don't go. Oh, I need to collect Blu-rays.
Yeah,
the idea of
it's-
collecting media
yeah,
is
it's
just
gone.
asinine at
yeah.
this point.
Well,
But anyways,
speaking
yeah,
of which, by the
so-
way, if you walk right outside this door and look to the far wall, you'll see Matt's collection of board games.
Well, it's different.
Well,
Yeah.
board games are like they're
That's not
gonna
gonna be
last forever.
replaced.
You know, I
That's
gotta
like-
say,
yeah.
books. There's not a book I regret purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the DVDs that I'm feeling burned out with. But then I also have this DJ station, that's hiding under like some of like Nico and Sam's
does
like camo.
How does it fit exactly in your wonderful woodland cottage?
Well, there's 2 containers in a corner that I'm like, well, I gotta get rid of these at some point. Like, that's how it fits. Is the container corner.
It's just completely.
But I have been
inappropriate.
thinking about dusting it off and maybe
getting some beats down.
getting some beats down
bringing
before
it
I
in.
part with it, because I don't think that's gonna last for much longer. my place.
Here's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to somehow get yourself a DJing gig somewhere, and I just want to see you fake your way through like a hotel lobby. It's like, hey, we need a DJ.
Like
for
a high
like 2
school
hours.
party.
Here, why don't you?
Logan had a high school party.
I
Would
think
be
you guys.
incredible.
I think you guys need to make it easier for me. I think you need to set up a DJ gig for me.
Hey, we will. We'll
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
do it.
If you
Done.
set up
We'll
DJ
set
gig,
up
Boom. Party.
Controller.
Party.
Set it up.
We can use that space.
We can do a party. We can do.
you guys give me a DJ gig, and I got one thing in my rider clause. There's got to be over 200 people there, and they can't. Not one can leave.
We'll make that
For
a stretch
an
goal or
hour.
something.
For 1 hour.
Can we
1
make
hour.
Can we make that a Kickstarter stretch goal
Yeah.
for
Sure.
Be invited to this party.
You get to go to Logan's DJ
Party.
curated party,
DJ or Logan DJs a party
and
for
I
you.
need $80 of slush fund for Party City, so I can get all the sweet lights.
You can buy like 1.5 lights.
Yeah,
with
we'll set up
$80.
lights for you. So we have lights. So
Okay,
we'll be okay.
and a stretch goal.
Lasers.
Stretch goal for this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you guys. You can say no, but I think it's gonna really take it to the next
I think
level.
it's a great idea.
I think you gotta tinfoil the whole fucking room, so that thing's reflective. So when those lights go, man, they go everywhere.
So shiny
Is
side
that
up.
safe? I just feel like for some reason we just put tinfoil
Not if
across
we
the
had
whole
like green
floor.
lasers going off, but
Yeah, it's like foil, the
12
foil will
blinded in a party accident.
freak tinfoil
I just
accident.
feel like it rips apart and it would be slippery.
But
Just
yeah,
don't,
dude,
you know,
no.
just don't slide
You
across.
get
it or
200
something.
it would
folks in
rip
there.
in 2 seconds.
So you're
You
saying
get
we can
200
get
folks.
200
It gets
folks?
so hot
You know,
too.
actually,
You
back
just
up for a
create a furnace of sweat and corrosive.
Logan
It's
wants.
the worst idea ever.
Logan is pushing us into the worst scenario possible. That's
you know,
what he wants.
you know those fire
He
blankets?
wants us to create hell so he can DJ
I'm
there.
talking some fucking halogen bulbs, some tinfoil.
Like everybody's in a
get
fire
the body,
blanket.
we get the body heat going. I'll play some jams
That's
for
like
you.
there's this one time at USC we decided to tear up. For some reason we're like, let's tear up newspapers while we're sitting in a small classroom. We were watching like Crank and Speed Racer. We're just tearing up newspapers. We're like, we're gonna make a big like confetti room or whatever, right? We filled up the classroom to about 2 feet high, like the entire
whole classroom?
Yeah, it was not EVK, the Foreign Policy Building or whatever, one of the big tower.
Yeah.
2 minutes in, we were just gross, covered in ink. It was like 140 degrees in there. Like people were about to pass out. And then we just left. I feel so bad for the cleaning lady that came in the next day.
no.
You're a terrible person.
We felt
I feel like
pretty
you
bad.
just admitted to a crime.
Probably.
It feels so
But think about
bad.
it. If you tinfoil that thing, it's gonna keep the floor real slick, so we can just like
Exactly.
squeegee it out.
People just falling into a 1/4 inch of sweat
In between
and
songs,
blood.
like while the songs are playing, when I'm not having to mix, I throw towels out there, like towel yourself off. Hey everybody, towel yourself off. Get ready for the next song.
Get ready for the next song. That's the most,
I've never heard a DJ yell at before. Get ready, because it's coming.
hey,
It'll be up shortly.
Is it hot in here? It's so hot. It's got sweat out.
Could it be a foam party? I've always wanted to do a foam party.
Those are awful.
Foam?
I know, I've heard.
You mean it's like a foam pit?
or it's like all
the
like foam,
bubbles.
like bubbles.
Foam.
Oh, foam.
that sounds
What do you
horrible.
think?
It's horrible.
I think about like in gymnastics classes. They
It's hot and it's wet and it's sticky and it smells. It's not a fun thing.
All those things always sound like bad ideas. Like
They-
when
they
they do
are.
like the McDonald's like playhouse like balls or something for like
Actually-
a dance floor. It's like that's got to be.
Well,
A ball pit for a
yes,
dance
if you
floor?
put- if you make it
It's the
one
worst
little
thing. It's gonna be visible.
Just people rolling their ankles.
That might not be a
everywhere.
real thing. That just might have been.
I think you made
I
that
might
up.
have just been imagining that one day. I would try it.
But yeah, no, I'm totally down to DJ that. I won't even
All right.
practice.
Can it be a can it actually be a month? Can it be a
Great.
monthly thing? Can you throw a party?
Well, isn't there websites where you can be like, hey, 200 people sign up for this event and then we'll do it? Like, isn't there? There
You,
has to
you,
be
what
one
you guys
thing.
gotta do is go around Hollywood and hang up those posters.
Oh.
With those like green to pink to
We'll put
yellow.
posters that we're gonna put you on Craigslist too. And we'll see.
Like,
We'll see what kind of
Chetro
gig.
featured and everything.
Well, it's one of
You get
those
all
things
the
where
people come pay cover charge.
It's one of those things where you just park in a parking lot, like in a totally different city, and a black van just picks you up and brings you to our suite.
Your spot. Yeah.
Do you have a
yeah.
DJ
Party.
name so we can?
I think it was DJ Shock and Awe was the
Yeah,
name
Shock
of it,
and Awe.
right?
It was DJ Shock and Awe.
It's pretty good. It's a good
But
DJ.
you would
we
be
should
shocked,
play-
or are
but
you
we
shock
should-
and awe?
It's Shock and Awe, but maybe we could spell it fun, like Jacques.
I
Jock.
feel like
Jacques and awe.
A-N-D-A-H. Jacques and Awe.
It's like, hey,
Oh,
yo,
he's French.
he's killing it in the French electro house scene, guys. He's coming to the States. Like United States world premiere. DJ Jacques Anou.
I feel like a DJ party like that's the best place to like 30 minutes in, just close all the doors and turn off all the lights and just go fucking weird with it. Like your face on a wall is like nobody's leaving, and just sounds, and everybody who's just it's fucking terrified.
Man, I didn't want to spoil it. I was just trying to get. I was wanting you guys to give me the basic ingredients so I could cook you a delightful
It'd be
fruit
amazing.
stew.
And then within about 5 minutes, just start going again. And everybody's kind of awkwardly dancing because they just had
Can we
5 minutes
go?
of pure terror.
Can we go? This is bad.
I don't know. He might do that again.
You can't go. No. When
No.
I just said
So
the deal
Logan's
was
not
two
going to
people.
practice.
You can't
Halogen lights, a ball pit, tinfoil floor.
This place is
No
gonna
one can
burn
leave
down.
for at least an hour. It
We
sounds
could-
awesome.
It sounds like easy bake oven night.
and-
Sounds like
and
real
real
quick.
quick-
Sounds like we're gonna be responsible for
we
200
could cook
people's
eggs on the
deaths.
floor. That'd be
And-
like the big features. Like,
and
let's
real
cook
quick-
some eggs on this floor.
You ever
'cause
want to
all
go
the
to a dance party that's so hot you can cook your eggs in the middle of your dance party? I really wish I had some scrambled eggs in between these two sick beats.
Real
Don't worry,
quick.
the floor is 190 degrees.
And by the way,
It's the worst idea ever.
People's rubber soles just melting. Every trips falls. Like, just
third-degree burns.
People are grabbing each other's arms, their skins ripped off.
Just
this
sloughing off.
party sounds epic, you guys.
You guys, but Des,
People will be talking about
Smells like hamburger in here.
It's so gross.
Des, you missed one vital component, which is that he expects people to pay for this.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it's a
oh yeah,
cover
of
charge.
course. No,
Well,
mission
yeah, of course they
required.
would. Why would
That's
they?
cover church.
Well,
If you build it up,
you get a bunch of free stuff when you come.
you get eggs, you get a light show, you get the world premiere of DJ Jacques.
Jacques. So it's Jacques and on now.
Jacques and Da.
Ada.
Which makes you sound like maybe an Indian guy. Just Bollywood beats.
But I just come out looking like this. Eagle shirt and all.
Oh man.
All right.
So guys, Matt's getting a little sick.
I'm a little sick.
What's your guys' favorite anti-sick like maneuvers?
Oh yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh, what's the thing airborne? Which
There's
was like,
so
wasn't
much-
that just like a school teacher?
It
who,
was. Well, which, by the way, I love about airborne is they're like invented by a school teacher, as if that's like somehow like that is like a pedigree of like It's like
It's like a bridge being like, this was designed by an accountant.
Yeah,
You're
no,
like, oh,
exactly.
Yeah, we can drive across this.
exactly. Like, what? Who's sitting here looking at like, oh yeah, invented by a school teacher? It's like, because I think that they would say it's like if it was like invented by a scientist, people would be like, I don't trust that.
There's a
I don't
weird
like that at all.
anti-science thing.
There's a weird anti-science thing.
That's very
It's like
true.
invented by a school teacher. It's like, what does a school teacher have know anything about drug formulation? How can we trust this person? It's like, well, she's around sick kids all the time. Certainly that must have some degree of help with her ability. It's like, car designed by a car salesman. It's like, okay.
I think it's because remember those old commercials? They would always cut to the doctor. Hi, I'm Doctor So and So,
Yeah.
and I approve this bullshit
Yep.
that you're selling. I think people just feel like it's a scam now.
People just they get their ideas reinforced. I mean, there's so much. Again, it's too bad Logan's not here because I'm sure he has opinions on this. But there's a whole anti-intellectualism.
Yeah.
Like, again, we were talking about even my dad's bringing up climate change.
Yeah.
And this guy just did a fact, and it was like last year there was like 2,200 articles written on climate change, published articles written on climate change.
Yeah.
One denied that it was man-made, right?
Yeah.
Sure enough, like people are like, well, I mean, whatever. Scientists just
There's
want to.
debate. There's
It's like there are
debate.
still articles written denying evolution. Like scientists love writing counter shit. And if there wasn't
but
a
also you have to look
consensus,
at-
there would be articles published on climate change.
Well, and also my favorite thing is there's a great webcomic or a comic on which was just like a guy listing like all the things like we need to do to stop man-made climate things. So it's just like we need to switch to renewable energies. We need to do so and so. We need to like make sure that like we don't overuse resources. Blah blah blah. And then the guy in the back's like, yeah, but what if climate change is fake and we make the world a better place for nothing? It's just like, this is literally the argument that we're going with.
But it's the same thing with autism and vaccines, which
Oh,
is
gosh.
complete bullshit. And I love that website that tracks.
Do you guys hear about that Twitter bot that combats climate change deniers?
Oh
that sounds great, though.
Where this guy's just like, I'm sick of arguing with these people, and so this bot just scours the internet for people pooping on climate change, and auto replies to them.
That's amazing.
Based on the argument they're making, and like references articles. And even like if they go back and forth, it has like a bunch of like different articles to supply. And he says the vast majority of them. Not to target anybody with this, but the vast majority of them usually devolve into the guy being like, well, God made it that way. And he's like, yeah, I don't really know how to even respond to that.
Right.
I mean, it's one of the there's obviously disagreement on certain aspects of it, but it's pretty. Like, read it. There's
the problem
a
is-
pretty strong
So you guys
consensus
think
on
we're
the
gonna live
matter.
in Waterworld pretty soon?
No, I mean that's
Not
where there's a
pretty
lot of
soon.
disagreement on like what's actually going to happen.
Do you think
like,
we'll live to see LA go underwater?
That'd be sick.
Hey guys, how's it going? Jimmy Wong, aka Ted from VGHS here, telling you to check out shop.rocketjump.com. We've got brand new merchandise like iPhone cases and iPad decals to shirts, Blu-rays, and posters, including brand new Season 2 designs from our friends at Danger Brain. There's also the incredibly popular VGHS hoodie, and some of our older shirts are on sale for a great price. So make sure you check it out right after this podcast at shop.rocketjump.com.
I think our generation has the potential to live like an additional 10 or 20 years, but it sucks because I feel like the next group, they're gonna get like an extra hundo.
I think I'm gonna go immortal, dude.
You think so?
that you're
Your
on the-
generation.
You think that you're on the track to immortality right now?
Nah, I think we're
If my heart doesn't give out, yeah.
I think that's gonna be the
Well,
thing that freaks us
okay.
out. Like when we're 60, everybody's gonna start getting like anti-aging stuff that like makes them like fucking live forever. And we're gonna be like, this is wrong.
I bet
Yeah.
we're
Like,
the
this is
one
terrifying.
generation.
Like we're just gonna miss it.
Yeah.
We're the one generation that's going to upload ourselves to computers to become immortal, while everybody else is just immortal hot people. And they're like, this is amazing. We're like looking at like, oh damn it, we're just computers.
There's literally a Futurama about that, where all the retirement home is just like the Matrix. It's just everybody like the people of a certain age are just all like load up into computers, but everybody else is immortal or anti-aging, etc.
That's rough, man.
It's gonna be tough.
So
that's gonna be a strange thing. Not to mention if anti-aging medicine is probably not considered like necessary. So the only people that can afford it are wealthy people. It's gonna be pretty insane.
Well, I think people just start getting murdered. People getting popped.
It'll be a strange time.
Yeah,
if that happens.
But to go back to the anti-sickness thing really quick, one thing that I noticed is that there's every single time I'm like, oh, I'm getting sick. Every person without fail, especially in LA, they come up to you and you're just like, you know what you need? You need this. You need to get this thing. This will save it. It's like,
so what's the thing? What's the answer?
It's always some like, oh, it's this supplement or this thing. And I'm always just like,
have you tried them?
I have. They don't do shit. They don't do shit.
I do the same thing every time. I just drink like nonstop water and orange juice. I drink those like vitamin C things, like
vitamin C, which has no actual effect on you now.
Eight a day.
Nothing to do with it. Zinc actually is the only thing with any sort of
zinc pills nonstop. I'm gonna have to see about. I don't know enough to argue about this vitamin C thing. I just know that one Nobel Prize guy, fucking, just declared that vitamin C was the greatest thing in the world, and he had like 80,000 milligrams a day of it. Even though doctors were like, "That's dangerous." He's like, "No, it's not. I'm a fucking doctor. It's not dangerous." And he would just eat that nonstop.
But that's so much. That's a lot of citric acid. Like you probably get a bellyache.
No, vitamin C pills. Vitamin C pills are citric
that's
acid.
the worst of it. It's not a big deal.
I'm 98, but I got a bellyache.
Okay, well, what would you, Logan? You sound like you don't want to die. Is that fair?
Do you want to die?
No, but let me put it this way. What?
I think at a certain point,
what mild inconvenience will you be willing to put up with in an immortal life? Like, what level does that go to? So it's like, let's say you can live forever. However, you have to take a piss every 20 minutes.
I don't want to deal with that.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Unless it's socially acceptable to just wet myself. In the future,
just be nude.
In the future, if that's okay, I'm cool with
You're just like a bird. You just control it. It just
goes everywhere. In the future, we all wear like all catheterized. Like we're all just got our colonoscopy bags. Like,
yeah, there's a solution for that.
Yeah.
So you would. So yeah, you could just have like a intraurine device.
For immortality, does that also mean like if you shoot me, am I fucking Superman?
No, you're not Superman.
Yeah, if I'm Superman, but I just have to pee all the time, like that's pretty badass. Like, let me just lift this car up. Oh, I have to pee. And everybody's like, oh,
or is this like
cool.
Is this like death? Is this like death becomes her immortality? Like if you fuck up your face really bad, you're gonna look like that for the rest of eternity?
Immortality would be a bad deal, I think.
It might be a bad deal.
Yeah.
Dude, in the future, all that stuff will be solved.
Really, everything will be solved in the future. That's what we're going with.
When we're talking about minor stuff like, oh, your face is gonna be all messed up.
Like, hey, if you get a shotgun in the face, just fine.
The future will solve
I think we got that one. Like, give that one like 50 years. I think we got that one.
It's probably true, actually.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, I mean, I guess minor inconveniences, especially ones that can be solved through like technology. I'm down for that. Let's do it.
I'm like already tired. I'm like 30. I'm not even 30 yet.
And you're just like, I'm over.
I'm like, I don't know. I think it could happen.
Oh gosh, that's right. You know that it's Matt's birthday.
It is Matt's birthday today. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, dude. How old are you?
I'm 28.
How do you feel about where you're at right now?
You know.
Do you think this is where you'd be like when you were like 18?
I didn't think this is where I would be, but no, it's pretty cool.
Are you do you think 18-year-old you would be like, good job, man?
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty happy. I feel pretty good. Yeah, I feel pretty good about my life.
Like, what would you have like one thing you want to work on the next year?
I think I just need to be a higher functioning adult. I think I still essentially don't take care of myself across the board, whether it's finances or just being a responsible person.
So just be more of an adult?
Yeah, I'm pretty head in the clouds. It's a good thing my girlfriend is very responsible. Otherwise,
if you
Freddie
lost
has that
her,
problem
knows,
too.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that for a while.
Hey, what are you gonna get for your birthday, man?
I don't know.
You get a cake?
I got some bread pudding.
We had bread pudding cakes today.
I love
with
bread
like
pudding.
Candles?
Yeah, with the candles.
You blow out those candles?
No, I'm sick, so I just waved.
You waved them out?
I waved them out.
See you, candles.
like a kung fu master?
Yeah, I did. Right above us. Pretty impressive.
You just waved with your hand.
You weren't there to
wasn't
celebrate
here.
my birthday, Freddie.
I was gonna get you. I'm getting you something. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Excited.
What's the best birthday present you ever got?
I don't know.
What? What's the best birthday present you've ever got, Logan?
My family's never been a big birthday guy because we have a big birthday family.
birthday dude.
Hey. Well, we have
Our family's not a dude.
we have a big family. It's like, and our cousins are nearby. So what we would do is you'd celebrate like February, March, January, February birthdays.
Oh, you do by quarter? You
Like
do
everybody-
quarterly
everybody-
birthdays?
it's like 2 months.
birthday.
It's like
Two
a
months.
corporate birthday. The Arnold family quarterly
That's exactly
report.
what it was. So like I celebrate with like two uncles, another one of my cousins, and an aunt, and so it was like 5 people's birthdays.
That's
so
sad.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big like celebrating guy in general. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know.
Do you just say that because nobody likes to celebrate for you?
No, I'm not that guy who doesn't get like presents often. It just I don't think of like
Are you
a
gonna get
specific
yourself
day
a present?
special.
You gonna treat yourself right?
I did. I bought myself the Buster Keaton complete collection. Blu-ray. As we were talking about this,
Yeah. No.
it's the only way you can get those films.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't stream them, download them.
No, Kino owns them, so they're pretty strict.
Oh, that's brutal.
It's brutal. That was good. How about you? What's your favorite birthday present you've ever gotten?
Oh, probably like a Super Nintendo.
It's a pretty rad gift.
That's a good
It
gift.
is a pretty rad gift. Yeah, like I guess you could say like a car, like you have the 16 or 17-year-old,
Yeah.
like that's kind of like a birthday gift.
Yeah.
But dude, like nothing really beats like the console growing up.
Like when
now,
you're young, like your first
yeah,
one.
like now you're like I guess I'll just buy it. I'll just buy it.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
everyone's
Like,
everyone-
Well, one or two come out every year. It's like there's a
it's
new
like,
Vita.
they're kind of the same as the old ones
Yeah.
now. But like, dude, like when I was like 7 or 8 or whenever the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
came out, like,
Yes.
that was a big
It
deal.
was
to
the
get.
64
Like
for us.
$120. It was like Jesus. Like,
Yep.
Have you
spent
seen the
all
old
that
Toys R
money.
Us ads to see like because games didn't used to be standardized in price?
Oh yeah.
So it'd be like, you want Shaq Fu on Genesis? Well, you can pony up $89.
Yeah, we're
for
looking
that.
at N64. Like Turok was like $90 when it came out.
Oh yeah.
my gosh.
Like
Really?
64 cartridges were super expensive, $70.
and Super Nintendo. Maybe I got it like after it came out, but I remember like it came with Super Mario Brothers. Like it had a game with it.
Yeah.
And like that seems not to be the case.
Nintendo
as much
always
anymore.
does that
Nintendo
now.
does
I mean,
it.
they're like,
wait, hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Mister, I love Nintendo so darn
Yeah.
much. How do you feel about this Wii U business?
And the Wii U not hitting their requirements.
We're gonna get about 9 million. Oh wait, turns out it's like 2.5 million timpani horn.
They did. They were expecting like 25 billion in profit, and they did like 9 billion in loss or
I
something.
hear they're gonna like get out of the hardware game.
No, they're not.
You don't think
No,
so?
they're too. Their company wouldn't do that.
They have too much of pride.
Yeah, actually, I'm just reading this book, Nintendo Magic, because I'm fascinated by Nintendo. I love them as a company. So
Yeah.
they're a fascinating
They have, like
business
Yakuza
culture.
ties, right?
It's incredibly hard. They never do interviews, so this is like the first book written about their company and since Game Over. I don't know. They did not market it well, and they didn't do a good job. We'll see
I
what
feel like
happens.
I see tweets from you every once in a while that's like, is this Nintendo thing a myth? Like in Japan, it's doing awesomely.
Well,
it's
the
kind of like
thing-
you're a climate change denier, but for Nintendo.
what it is the 3DS. Well, there's a few things. One is still doing better than GameCube, so we'll see what happens. But the PS4 and Xbox did way better than I thought it was going to do. So I was definitely wrong on that. But the 3DS is still the fastest selling console. We'll see what happens. Again, I've been saying from the beginning, I think their next console and the next handheld is the same thing. As I think where they're going with it. Yeah.
So you think like the 4DS is going to be like?
It just plugs into your, it has like a streaming thing to your TV. It's your 3DS.
So it's like one of those things at the shopping mall that's like an Atari joystick that like
Pretty
plugs
much.
into your component video.
but with the 3DS.
Comes with 99 games. 99 in one. 200. It's always 99. It's always like 199 in one. It's like just round up. Add one more game to it. Nope. Has to be 99.
Well, yeah.
Don't get that.
It sounds good.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but the Wii U is a weird console. It'll be interesting to see how they respond to it. I'll put it this way: when Microsoft or Sony responds to something, it's very similar. You kind of understand how their culture works, right? It's like, all right, the next step is bigger graphics. It's kind of the technology is going to be home entertainment. We have to figure out how to get all these technologies together, make a platform that works for developers. Nintendo is so different in that regard. Nintendo is like Miyamoto and those guys like, what are the next games we want to make? And like they really don't have a concern as to whether or not it's actually going to work for the marketplace.
So should I get a Wii U or no?
I mean, you don't seem to like many games in general, so I don't know.
I mean, I hear this Mario is pretty stellar.
The Mario is amazing. I mean, I'll tell you, I like my Wii U quite a bit. But I mean, I like Nintendo
But that's
games.
it's called Stockholm syndrome, which is
Yeah.
what that is.
I love my Nintendo game.
So,
yeah.
so Logan, obviously, you're very well known as a critic of, as a person who doesn't tolerate video games. Just in general.
I tend to be very sour on many of them.
So-
Dude, have you guys played Bubsy 3D?
Yes.
Bubsy 3D goes
Like
to the museum, goes to the
like
art
the
museum.
original, like the original. Bubsy?
Do you know somebody like made a Bubsy 3D remake in Unity?
Oh my God.
Where he visits the James Turrell exhibit at LACMA,
What?
and
I have
it
to
is
check that out.
it is amazing. I
That's
won't
great.
spoil it for you. Just Google Bubsy 3D LACMA.
You're
And
kidding.
I'm dead serious,
to try
and
that.
it's amazing.
That's
Play it to the
insane.
end.
That's insane.
Play it to the end.
Well,
Do you
I'm
play
curious.
Nidhogg?
I want to play Nidhogg.
We should play that.
Let's play that right after
Okay,
this.
we'll play
It's
some
actually quite
Nidhogg.
good.
It's
quite
class.
good. But I want to hear like kind of your. I want to go down. I want you to go down sort of the games of last year, and just I'm curious. I'm just so curious about your thoughts.
What
I
were
haven't
your
actually
favorite
heard
games?
yours. What were your favorite games last year?
You know, I actually did have a few favorites.
Okay.
Frog Fractions is still the winner.
Yeah.
Frog
That's
Fractions
Frog
number one.
Fractions was incredible.
It was
Similar to Frog Fractions, which a lot of people pooped on, especially Blade roomed with this guy for a while, Blade, my brother. But what's the one where the guy's like walking around in office like cubicles while the guy
Stanley
narrates?
Parable.
Stanley Parable. Oh, I love it.
I thought Stanley Parable was a blast, dude.
Wow.
I
I would have been.
I laughed out loud.
I would have been 50-50 on whether or not you thought it
Same.
was just
I would have thought. I was
bullshit.
about to bring it up. I was a little scared because I was going to
Yeah,
yell
no,
at people
'cause-
like, "Whoa, bad! That's a dumb game."
See,
But you
I
liked it.
was prepped to be like, oh, this is gonna be like artsy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like I opened it up and it totally bugged out on me like twice, like grade A game stopping bugs.
Yeah.
So not the most robust game by any stretch of the imagination. But no, once like I actually got around the bugs, it was like a lot of fun.
That
Yeah.
surprises
It was
me.
like- it
You've
was-
softened up, Logan.
No. Here's
It's
the
a
thing.
clever game. It's
No,
a
when
clever game.
So like you talked about your what was it, Youngblood or whatever, the sci-fi.
Yes, yeah.
So you have to judge anything based on what it wants to be to a certain
Yeah.
extent,
Yeah,
right?
fair,
Like
fair.
I fucking loved Jack Reacher. I thought Jack Reacher was a grade A ridiculous movie.
Oh no, it was absolutely
Right?
for just being like. Oh, what's incredible about Jack Reacher, my favorite thing, because I saw it with my parents. I'm
Werner
like,
Herzog.
well, that, but
Or
also,
the strange, almost contractual obligation of all women to ogle Tom Cruise, despite him being like old, leathery, and tiny, and hiding none of it in this movie.
Well, but no, to me it was the weird like moments that it took to divert from the main plot line to just have Tom Cruise like instruct a female about how to live their life. Like there's a moment where he's like, there's moments where he's like,
There's been a break on this narrative, so I could spit some truth at you, woman.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
Tom
straight up.
Cruise.
No, it's straight up happens in this movie where he's like, he's in an auto store and she's like, you know,
Yeah,
he's like,
what
hey,
the
where's your
hell?
boyfriend? She's like, oh, it's not. And he's like, and the whole movie grinds so hot where he's like, listen, you shouldn't hang out with him. You're better than that. You should believe in yourself. She's like, what the hell is this?
Well, dude, the whole thing is just Jack Reacher just totally being a total badass.
And
with
then
no
also-
stakes. Like when they walk outside, it's like, I thought of you, Des, and your impression of Jack Reacher when I don't think I've seen this impression, but I do this impression as if it's you doing this impression.
A lot of layers.
When the guys are like, let's go outside right now. And Tom Cruise like kind of smirks, like all his leather just kind of curls up on his face as he like his neck stretches out like a iguana as he like looks up at this tall guy and just goes, just so you know, you asked for it. And like, kind of like, I'm gonna kick some ass now. And like, oh, fucking Tom Cruise, what are you doing? Like, and Robert Duvall, what's up, Army? Like, the whole thing is like, what is this movie?
And then, no, have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen it yet?
A long time
my
ago, yeah.
favorite bit when it's just like, where can we find him? It's like Tom Cruise is just, it was just hyperbole after hyperbole. It's like, not only is he a ladies' man and a guy who can kill and beat up 4 dudes in the middle of the street, he's also world championship marksman. It's like, he walks into a gun store, it's like, I've only seen one man shoot a group and that good. It's like, and he's like, the guy pulls up a photo of like young Tom Cruise at a shooting competition or something. Right? And then yeah.
The
Oh,
best,
God.
the best description I heard for that movie was the Batman kid, the Make-A-Wish kid who they did like Batman City.
Yes.
Like the whole movie is that for Jack Reacher where people just like he's like they're in the It's like he's there in the subway and everybody goes like, yeah, you're really smart, Jack. That's exactly like everybody is so amazed by what he does that
That's
they're
the
clearly
best description.
Everybody's clearly making him feel super amazing, but it's like clearly these are all just his parents.
So just so you guys know, if you haven't seen Jack Reacher, it's on Netflix. It's totally worth an hour and a half of your time.
It's
and then also
stupid, dumb, fun movie.
as the
Yeah, I mean Werner
villain.
Herzog makes it.
I am the he was so hard.
Why are you so greedy?
I will take whatever. I will do anything to survive. Yeah, dude, Werner Herzog as a
Anyways,
villain.
that's judging a movie based on its own merits, right?
Yeah.
That's the
And
important
so
thing to do.
Stanley Parable, I was definitely ready to be like, oh, like this thing thinks it's art,
Yeah.
but like it was legitimately fun and
Yeah.
caught me off guard.
I
So
did-
I got
you win,
tricked
dude.
quite a few times in that
I
game.
had a friend
Yeah.
of mine who straight up until this winter break thought it was the Stan Lee Parable, like a superhero game.
He must have been incredibly disappointed when he started
He was
playing.
like, "What is this?"
What else did
So
you
the
like?
game I didn't enjoy. Well,
right.
you know what? It's not. I did not like it. It just wasn't what you guys were blowing up. Specifically, you, Mister, was Zelda.
Which one? Link to
The
Link
DS3 one, man.
Oh, the 3DS one, you mean?
It's fun.
Oh, it's
It's
fantastic.
simple. It's just kind of like you do it.
Heaven
You're like,
forbid
okay.
a game be fun.
It's
Logan.
pretty,
just
it's
like-
pretty
it's kinda
much
like-
impeccable.
Well, it's just like, yeah, Zelda. Like, okay, all right, like that's Zelda.
Did you play
okay.
Gone Home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious about that because I saw
I
your
thought
tweet.
that
I
was
couldn't
not
tell.
good.
Yeah,
I thought it was
so.
pretty bad. Well,
I liked
you
it
know,
a lot actually.
If
but
you actually
I knew you
like,
didn't like
I
it.
think the person who kind of reflected my take on it the most is Emily Short. You know who Emily Short is? Emily Short's kind of like if there was a figurehead for interactive fiction, like if Will Wright is like the dude for Sims, or probably who's the Chris Crawford would probably be like the guy for Sims. Emily Short's like the woman for interactive fiction, and like she's like
What did she work on? Like Facade and
no, not Facade. She's more into like True Blue, like text adventure. IF, right?
She judge like the IF competition.
She totally is the judge there, and she teamed up with the Sims 3 AI guy for the new interactive fiction engine coming out. That really just feels like a Jane Austen sim, made by the Second Life guys. Strangely, go figure, right?
Yeah, go
but
figure.
anyways, so no, she had a good write up. I don't know if you guys post links to this, but like that kind of encapsulate, which is like, there's nothing really interactive about this. You're totally not playing that person. Like, if you're a girl who came home and your whole family was gone, like you wouldn't like slowly rifle through each drawer of your house. You'd be freaking out and eventually run away. Or like, let's see, and the idea that at the end you're like moved to tears, it's like, yeah, not really. And like the weird fake out with the horror at the beginning, like, oh, is this a horror game? No. Why did you even do? Like, what did that add to it?
we were talking about this with well, I liked it quite a bit, and I think I like the way it pieces together the narratives of everybody in the family as you ruffle through it. You're right. I mean, arguably, it doesn't make sense that she would stay there and look at it. But what I really liked about the horror element is, to me, that's what made what could have been a kind of a pretty straightforward story of, like, essentially, if you guys, I don't want to ruin the ending, but it's more or less this: you come home and you realize your sister falls in love with another girl. She realizes she's a lesbian, and so on.
But it's like a lame bait and switch. Like they set up all these like weird
within
sort of
about within about 10 minutes, you know there's not gonna be ghosts popping
But I
out.
mean,
Like, you know,
even like the
I thought there were
mom,
going to be ghosts all the way.
dude,
through
like
it.
the mom like implying that she's gonna cheat with this guy, and then at the end they just kind of like put a bow on it. Like, oh no, she decided not to. It's like sort of all these kind of like poorly.
felt like
if it was a traditional narrative, it would not be a very.
But
good
it's
story.
not a traditional
But I'm
narrative.
saying it's not a very good story.
no,
to be,
but
be telling.
I think so. For me, what I really liked about the horror element is, again, I don't want to. It's tough to do it without ruining the ending.
You
But-
did it. You already ruined
No,
the
I
ending,
didn't,
mister.
because
You
it-
literally said the entire ending out loud.
No, I didn't say what the
You
ending
put a
is.
beep on it, like for
No. The ending is when you go into the attic finally, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and because it was like spooky,
and you find the ghosts.
because it was like spooky and like it was just the atmosphere, I was so terrified of what I was going to find up there. And it wasn't anything supernatural. I just thought, oh, this story has a fucking. This is gonna be an awful ending. I'm gonna be fucking.
Oh, interesting.
Terrified.
As a
And
way
it
of
creates a lot of
setting you
weight,
up.
and it ended up making a pretty straightforward ending. Like, to me, is like very emotionally impactful. Like, it worked. Like, I was like, okay,
Because
that
you're
worked really
expecting
nicely.
that because
I
the
thought
horror
story,
because the horror framework makes you feel like something bad's gonna happen and it's gonna end
it creates a lot of
poorly.
weight to the story.
that's
And I also thought the like the story with the dad was really well done. About him, he was writing these like super bizarre like artistic reviews of Panasonic DVD players, and you realize he used to be a writer. Nobody respects him. And he wrote old
It was
movies.
cute. It was like cute, but like it does. I don't think it deserved to that like.
Yeah.
It was trying to be like this highbrow, amazing thing, and I think it kind of fell on its face.
See, I mean, I think it's still the thing where like it shows the flaws in that
type of
game,
structure,
but I can't think of many I've played that are better.
So
in kind of
I
doing
really
that.
enjoyed the game, and I would say literally.
Oh, you did play through it?
I did play through it.
Okay.
And literally, the only criticism that I think is, I mean, like, you know, you can debate on sort of the merits of that as a structure, as a storytelling sort of level, but the only thing that I was like, yeah, you know what, there's a point behind it. It's not $20. That's the only thing.
We should just say spoilers. Actually, we're just gonna say spoilers, so don't spoil it. Because just to clarify, I was like, I literally thought I was gonna go up there and she had killed herself.
Really?
Like that's what I really thought.
I felt
was
like too.
I was like, this obviously went away.
I was like,
and-
shit.
No, I got that.
It was like all red and it was like terrifying. And like the last thing you get is the letter from her parents where they're like, get out of here. And also, did you get like this fact that the dad was raped by the uncle? Like, there's just a lot like.
What?
Yeah, if you go to the
Yeah,
safe.
that's
subtext.
If you go to the
There's
safe,
subtext.
like, and that's why you get
like
the
any
letter
good
from
art,
that.
really.
You definitely get more of the story if you. Again, I think Will said it.
So in the context
the
of like
interaction
girl
is
coming
exploring.
home, it's like, man, I learned a lot about my parents this one night. But
Yeah.
but yeah.
So that's what happens when you rifle through every single drawer in the house when you get there.
But the exploration
You're right.
side of it, though,
Yeah.
is what you. It's the unpeeling of an onion in a way that it's not. Here's what it is. It's like it's a piece of narrative that's like it's about encompassing and filling up a space and using that space to unpeel.
Well, I think all those stories have, so like in fiction, they have this thing where like you can tell one great lie. Like essentially, like you can't have zombies and aliens unless that's going to be the thing.
Why can't you?
It just usually doesn't work. So like Snowpiercer, everybody's like, that makes no sense. It's a giant train. It's like, that's their one lie. Like sci-fi can have their lie. That's the concept. You accept it or you don't, right? And I think with games, you're still at the point where you're right. Like it's kind of absurd that you're rifling through the house or whatever, but it's just like, I kind of take it at face value. We're like, that's the lie. Like that's how it's starting. You just have to accept that that's the gameplay. It's the same thing with BioShock. It's like, you're right. You could be like, it makes no sense that he's shooting 1 million people, but it's like, it's a shooter. He's shooting 1 million people. I just accept that until somebody gets something better.
I see. I just choose not to accept it. I don't think
That is
It's totally
Logan's
fair. But yeah, to me, it's like I think you kind of it's the same thing. You kind of have to accept the game for what it is. So it's like BioShock is still a shooter, so it's going to involve
But
combat
both
and killing
aspire to be
people.
something more, and I'd argue they
Yeah.
both failed. Now, Nidhogg is just supposed to be about people stabbing each
Now,
other.
Nidhogg is true
Now,
brilliance.
let's get behind that.
So yeah, the only thing I say with Gone Home is just like it's probably just a little too expensive for what.
Yeah, it's
that's all.
15. You could get on sale too, but I don't know. It's just whether or not you support like indie.
Your payment for it is a supporting of that form, not necessarily like.
Well, it's also it's like more. It's longer than a movie still.
Well,
so
really quickly,
But
guys.
like I can Kindle books for $10.
yeah, but it's got
But that's
like
a
15
book.
bucks. Yeah, it's a book.
They don't
Such
move.
a good book.
So, really quickly,
They
it's
move
the end of
You
the
can't
year.
stab people. In
I'm
a
just
book.
wondering, what's your guys' game of the year?
Game of the year.
2013.
I'll tell you what it wasn't. Alien Colonial Marines. That was my disappointment. For
I'm sorry.
I'm
2013.
sorry.
You know,
The
it's
next
funny.
one looks great.
I mean, I knew it was going to be bad guys. Everyone told me, but I was still holding out.
Why
hope.
did you not? Why would you not have listened to the two guys who have perhaps the best insight into
It
why
had nothing to do with you guys, and it had everything to do with my love for
Freddie,
aliens.
did you tell them about us
Oh, yeah.
visiting, or is that
I
not?
did.
Is that
We've
off?
heard this
Is
many
No,
that
it's not
times.
off?
off limits.
Okay.
Not off limits. I've
I
actually
think you've
talked
told
to-
it on this
Did
podcast.
you talk to him?
I
Did
think
you actually?
really sounds
Did you
like
have
it.
you contact him since then? Been like, hey, thanks for this take, but that was really bad.
Oh no, not the guy, but like, but we. Long story short, long story short, Logan and I once we were at Fox for Alien Colonial Marines, and we're just confused all the time. Like, what is coming
What
back
are
to
they
this
doing?
game?
Well, have you seen the trailer for the new Alien game? By the way,
No,
they've ditched the shooter mechanic, and it's
Yeah, it looks
just
like a
a
blast.
first-person horror game.
that's cool.
It looks
fun.
very much aesthetically like you being in Alien, Ridley Scott's Alien.
okay.
Looks
I'm
pretty
down
cool.
with
I'd probably do Towerfall.
Towerfall, Matt's game of the year.
What's Towerfall?
Towerfall,
What's
Super Mario
Towerfall?
Land 3D.
Towerfall was a launch title on Ouya made by.
Oh,
this-
the one with the arrows.
We
that you
played
guys
that.
were
We pretty much played that for
It's-
4 months straight.
It's fantastic.
I tried it with you
Really?
guys. I was like,
Do
Did you play
it
with us?
on PC.
I think
Do
the
it on
issue
PC
was
with
the
controllers.
Ouya controller. Was
It is.
pretty
It's
bad.
the latency. So we
It's
literally
really
stopped
bad.
playing it until it comes out on PS4.
Yeah. Well, I
But
played
as
it
a
on-
big Smash Brothers man, it's like it's the best game I've played like that.
How do you
since
guys
Smash
feel about the
Brothers.
rise of Super Smash Brothers in competitive gaming this year?
Did it come back?
Oh,
What-
it came back with
because
a
the mods.
vengeance. I don't think it's
I
the
think
mod.
it's-
I think people finally figured out how to make it like a competitive
Oh,
game.
because
And
Brawl,
there's like
because it was
a
Melee.
documentary came out.
Did you
like,
know that-
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
dude, I have
it's
to
a
go
huge
back because
one.
Melee was huge, and then Brawl kind of
Did you
screwed
know
up
that
with
if you
random tripping and
pause
stuff.
it when you're playing, like accidentally pause when you're playing, it's like immediate disqualification.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
That's hardcore.
I'll have to watch that. I was super hardcore. In
You should
Smash
watch the
Bros.
documentary,
64.
but I didn't realize there was such like a serious like.
Well, Melee was
competitive
huge. Melee
edge to
was
it.
like only third after like Street Fighter and Marvel vs.
Yeah,
Capcom
yeah.
for a while. It was like the biggest game. Like it only essentially came down to 5 characters. It was like the Space Birds, Sheik, and whatever, but Jigglypuff. But yeah, no, that's awesome. I'll have to go and check. But I know there's a mod that fixed a bunch. The problem with Brawl, it had like random tripping, which is just unacceptable for like a competitive game. Your character can just trip randomly.
Let's see. So if I had to pick, if I go indie game, because I feel like AAA, I really enjoyed Last of Us. It was a AAA
Yeah, that's
title.
what I
didn't
But
even
it's not quite
try
the
it.
same. Because it's not quite the same though. Because
great.
it's like, it's not because you have so much money behind it. But for indie game stuff,
Doesn't fix writing. Money don't fix writing.
Money
That
don't
writing
fix
was
writing.
great.
That's true. Voice acting, and writing. I really enjoyed. Was Hotline Miami this year? Was that?
You could count
enjoyed
it. Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami.
I enjoyed it.
You didn't like Hotline Miami?
That's kind of whatever. I was like, oh, so I just opened doors into people? Is that the point?
Well, because
of
it
the
was
game?
just kind of like
I dug
raw
that game.
combat style. It was just like you'll get
It was
killed.
hard.
Like,
It
it
was
was
just gritty. I like the feel
Hotline
and
Miami
story.
was up there for me. Oh gosh, I'm missing the name of the other one. Papers, Please. I actually quite enjoyed.
Papers, Please was
Yeah.
interesting.
It's a little slow for me.
A little slow.
I got to the title screen and then
It's a
stopped.
slow burn.
I was like,
The
oh,
title screen too slow for Logan.
still slow. Yeah, Frog Fractions I think wins it for
Yeah.
me. That knocked it out of the park for
Wow.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
good.
I even played that many games this year. I'm trying to think what else I even tried.
There was a lot I played. I can't really remember.
I really dug Saints Row 4's opening.
Saints Row 4 is 1,000 times better than
I liked how
Grand Theft Auto
nuts,
5
I liked how
sucked.
nuts it went.
It was really
It
nuts.
got really
Yeah.
nuts.
Like when this goes into the 50s world and you're like eating cereal and you're like,
yeah.
I just like that game had it was kind of like the closest I've seen to Conker's Bad Fur Day since Conker's Bad Fur Day, where it's like, this is a fucking
Blake
video game.
described its development process as like, it's essentially like 50 guys in the Midwest. And like, they're like, well, if this game is so huge, we have no time to like do anything twice or throw anything out. And so it's a bunch of guys just like, I decided to do this with him. They're like, well, I guess that's in. Like,
That's the feeling of that game.
comes out.
Within
Yeah.
I think within like 10 minutes of just like shooting guys, I could suddenly fly like a flying squirrel. I could boost like 20 times. I could run full speed and destroy cars. Like it was within 5 seconds, I could do everything.
Now that's a game.
That was
That's
a game.
a
I felt
video game.
compared to like 40 hours into Grand Theft Auto, I still didn't quite understand how to get my cars in garages and was just like, where is my fucking Ferrari? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you play Grand Theft Auto 5, Logan?
I don't really like that
Yeah,
series at all. I
same.
tried. I finally broke, and with Nico and Sam, I tried Grand Theft Auto online.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to figure out how to steer the car, and I was like, I'm done. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Moving on. Call of Duty. Back to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which is still the best multiplayer game.
Did you play Battlefield 4?
You know, I tried that for
You couldn't get into
Blade
it?
worked on Battlefield
Yeah?
4. Yeah, he did the aircraft carrier level.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no.
That
So
was
I
nuts.
tried a little bit. Like at Christmas, it was literally our whole family just watched Blade kill like thousands of people. Like, oh, cool. Like this. That was like that was
what
our,
I've done this year.
Did you guys make your parents watch Video Game High School too?
I didn't make them.
They don't
We
make
didn't make
them. They don't.
But they
make
watched
They
it.
wanted to
Yeah.
just for support.
But like, did you sit there next to them?
No.
them. No.
How? I'm gonna be honest. I actually never saw
Never watched it.
season
that's
2.
great. That's great.
That's fantastic.
If there's anything,
But
any of it, if there's any part of it,
I
You didn't even watch like 2 minutes of it?
I'll be honest. I got through the first half of the first episode.
Logan, if there's any,
That might even be worse than just not watching it.
That is worse.
Sorry, I'll
That is
try
definitely
again.
worse.
I'll try again sometime. I have like a lot of laundry to fold or something.
if there's anything, I think you'd enjoy. I think you'd enjoy episode 5.
No, I
Yeah?
don't know if he would.
No, because Brian Frenzy's 100% in episode 5.
Brian Frenzy is 100%
He
episode
is.
5. That was my favorite thing. Like my
That's probably,
parents
I
watched
probably
it.
would like that then.
My parents watched it. And they like it, and then they got my dad was like, so I saw that last one.
Episode
And
5.
It was episode 5, and he's like, like he's just kind of like, well, yeah, that was interesting.
But like, how, is it like a really bloody show
No,
or anything?
no,
really
no.
sexual? Like, if it was, do you think you'd be okay watching it with your guys' parents?
yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa, no.
I would. I would be like, this is what I made.
Dude, I saw during the holidays, I saw both American Hustle with my parents and Wolf of Wall Street with my
man.
parents.
So did
Wall
I.
Street's a
I
rough
saw
one.
both
with my parents as well.
At any time, did your hand actually accidentally touch your mom's hand or her
Oh
thigh?
God.
No.
Accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally grope my mother's thigh.
How do you sit in the theater?
Get out of here!
Get out of there, Logan.
That's no accident.
No, thankfully I had my brother as a buffer for my parents.
Thankfully, because you can't control yourself.
Well, no, I meant more like thank God, like I didn't have to look over and have my mom be like, "What did you take us to?" Like,
Is that how they felt?
afterwards, they're like, "That was filth."
Oh, really?
Oh.
So my
Wall
parents,
Street?
That
love
was
both movies.
disgusting.
For both of them, including
Like-
American Hustle's not
Like,
that
but
filthy
but
at
Wolf
all.
of Wall Street, they were just like, God, there's like all this
Yeah.
nudity and sex.
That movie's
I believe my mom's
Disgusting.
exact review of Wolf was, that was fucking awesome. Quote unquote.
Yeah, it's very different than my folks.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, sitting next to him was pretty rough.
I can imagine.
I can't even imagine.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would be a bad one.
All right.
So you actually like watching those dirty movies with your mom? Does?
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
like
really
watching dirty movies with my mom, no.
But you're
I
chill
don't
with it.
mind as a
Appreciating
family
art with my
watching
mom.
a violent film. They gave me Terminator when I was like 7. Like
My
parents
dad made me
don't
watch.
care.
My
They're not-
dad made me watch Midnight Cowboy when I was like 12. He's like, "This is great."
Is
Watch
that the one about the gigolos?
Yeah. Everybody's talking.
That would be illegal.
He was like, you have to see this. It's Graduate and then Midnight Cowboy. And he
when you first did that, you have to see this. I thought that was him grabbing the back of your head and pressing it into the screen.
All right. Well, I think we've come to the we've overstayed our welcome here as per usual. But thanks everybody. Logan, thanks for coming back on.
Yeah, happy to see you
Starting
again,
us
Logan.
back up.
Because happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Matt.
If I had
Thank
known,
you.
I'd
Hope it's a
get
good
you.
one, man.
I'd get you a present, dude.
You know what I want?
What do you
I want
want?
you to watch Video Game High School. Season
Matt.
2.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot to ask from me, Matt.
2.5 hours.
Well, you know, like if you say like I want like a $100 present.
I'll take $100.
Like,
All right, we're good. $100 present. We're all right.
Are you committing to that?
I got you $100 gift certificate to Outback.
There you
All
go.
right, everybody. All right, everybody. Let's go around the table, sign off here. Daz, why don't you kick
I'm
us
Des
off?
Dolly.
I'm Matt Arnold.
I'm Freddie Wong.
I'm Logan. Sorry, I was supposed to go before you.
No, that's okay.
You were right.
There's
He
no
should go
rule.
before you.
Okay. I thought we were going
Yeah,
clockwise.
whatever. All right.
Do you want to do it over
No,
again?
Yeah,
thanks
do it
very
over.
much, Alex Reeves.
I'm Logan.
I'm Matt Arnold.
I'm Des. Do you want to just do the rap all over again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go.
Go.
What
No,
order?
you were talking
Start
about
up.
the
You want to draw straws for who
We
goes
gotta be
first?
professional.
All right, hold on.
We gotta be professional.
Let's do this. Come on.
we're
Starting
done.
now?
Yep, start
All
right
right,
now.
we're finishing this
That is
up.
right.
Let's sign off here. I'm Freddie Wong.
I'm Des Dolly.
I'm Matt Arnold.
I'm Logan Olson.
Special thanks to Alex Reeves, Point Blue Studios, the man on the mixer in the other room, and we'll be seeing
And
you.
Benji
what about
Dolly.
And of
Benji?
course,
Benji Dolly,
Dolly.
producer. There you
We're
go.
Googling up whatever we need Googled. We'll be
Googled
seeing
like
you guys
you Googled
later.
like once.
Thanks very much, everybody. Shut up, Logan.
You know what? Let's do it one more time because we got to talk about ask people to subscribe to iTunes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Why don't you just do it after he says thank you to Benji?
Oh, no. We'll, Alex, real quick, make a note. We'll cut this in here as a redo of
Yeah.
the thing. All right, I think we've overstayed our welcome. Let's sign it off. Before we do, though, a couple of things. Logan is the host, along with Ben Gili, of another podcast on the Rocket Jump Podcast Network, To the Future, where you guys sit around and talk about futurism and other such topics. It is a legitimately fantastic podcast. I laughed so hard on the online dating one that I had to pull the car over. I cried with laughter. with
Really?
that one. Yeah, it was really good.
Your
By the-
professional wrestling episode is still my favorite.
By the way, but of all the things, the one that my mom and dad talk about most is actually me recreating the date with Jimmy and you, Freddie.
What's that?
Where it's me as Jimmy's date, or like your daughter's date.
Oh my gosh.
That they still like to quote that.
Oh man. So people, if you haven't heard it, check out To the Future. It's on our site. It's on iTunes, RocketJump.com. Speaking of which, with iTunes, this is how it works. We know some of you out there like to watch us on YouTube. You put it on, you put it in the background. That's cool. That's what we do too. However, we need everything in the podcast world is dependent on iTunes subscriptions, which is kind of weird because we got YouTube views too, but nobody really cares about that. So do us a favor. No matter how you watch it, no matter how you choose to listen to it, head on over to iTunes, click subscribe, download this podcast on iTunes. It'll help us out significantly. Anyway. Let's.
Do you think we have enough of these now to like do like a retrospect episode one time?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
Good
we do.
Lord.
Because we did like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
We can definitely do.
Wait,
We
this
have to
is
have-
this is the 37th, I believe, that
Yeah.
we've recorded.
We should do like a best of.
Best of?
Just
That's
really
a good
milk this sucker.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's milk it out. We'll figure it out.
Let's milk it at 50.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
look
good
at
call.
That's
it.
a good benchmark.
All right,
Okay.
signing off. This is Freddie Wong.
This is Des Dolly.
This is Matt Arnold.
Logan Olson.
Thank you to Benji Dolly in the corner there, our Googler, and of course Alex
Producer.
Reeves and Point of Blue Studios for recording. Man on the mixer. We'll be seeing you later.